Howdy folks, my name is Teri, and because you requested, I made a video slowing down the steps for painting the rebels. Now, none of the things I'm going to show or point out in this video are that much different than the quick video I did for the 3 rebels, but I'm going to slow it down a little bit and talk to you a little bit more and focus on the more beginner aspects of the tutorial. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is priming in ivory. Ivory is a great tone to base coat your humanoids in. Generally, it's something I do often, and it helps paint faster because you don't have to build up as many coats to get the coverage. Especially with rebels, a lot of them wear these fawn tones and these ivory tones, and so it's a really great base coat to work up from. Now, the Hoth rebel is one of my favorite to paint. It paints fast, actually faster than stormtroopers, because I don't have to do as many layers. We're going to go through the paints really quickly. I've got some Moro white, some Crixbane highlight, Idrian flesh, dark tone, and soft tone. Again, we're going to be using these paints to cover your miniature. You don't have to use this brand or these specific paints. If you've got colors that are comparable that you really like, feel free to use them. Now, first step I always do is paint flesh on the face, and it's mostly because oftentimes the face and facial features are really kind of the most recessed parts of the model, and I try to focus on painting from the inside out, and it makes it easier to touch up any mistakes that happen if you do happen to get paint on the flesh, because those mistakes happen on the most outer points of the model. Now we're going to dry brush white on the jacket, the hat, the boots, and the backpack. Pretty much the whole thing. If you want to put white on the whole thing, feel free. Now, this is a really heavy dry brush. I'm not going in just trying to pick out the highlights. I'm going in pretty heavy and almost doing a base coat with it. I'm using my eyes, lips, face contour brush, which is a repurposed eyeshadow brush and is the best dry brush. I talk about it on other places on my channel. I think it's fantastic. And for the fiddly bits, like reaching in behind the gun and doing the boots, I've picked up an eyeliner brush to use on that. Now we're going to paint gray on the accessories, the gloves, the scarf, and the backpack straps, mostly because I just want to pick them out. If there are details you want to pick out as well, feel free to paint them gray or whatever other color you want. I use this gray because it's a nice mid-tone gray. It won't look completely black when I put the dark wash on it, but it will look darker, and it does stand out against the white, and that's what we really want. When you do it on top of the ivory, you only have to do a thin coat because, again, you want a little bit of that warmth coming in from that ivory base coat coming through. And if you thin your paint, it actually creates a bit of shadow where the recesses of the model are, because that's where the paint will pool, and on the higher points, it actually pulls away from those, so you build in highlights. Now we're going to wash the entire model with soft tone. Again, it reinforces that warm tone. Soft tone from Army Painter has this yellowy undertone to it, and so when you put it over the white, it kind of makes it a little bit warmer, a little bit yellower, and it makes it look a little closer to that fawn tone you see that the rebels wear. And I'm going to put it all over the model. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Now, you want to make sure you don't have these weird puddles that show up on the miniature, and so if you want to give your brush a rinse, and while it's still moist, maybe move some of that wash around and make sure you push it into the recesses, cracks, and crevices, and the creases on the jacket. That's a good way to go. Just make sure it doesn't puddle strangely. I like the Army Painter washes because they dry the way they look when you apply them. Now, once you're done that, we're going to go on to the dark tone and apply it to the weapons, just to make them look a little bit darker. Star Wars weapons have this black tone. They're often painted flat black, but on a miniature, it tends to stand out a little bit, especially a miniature that's wearing this much white. Putting a little bit of dark tone on it will darken the weapon up without making it look completely flat black, and will also, kind of make it fit the model more. And that's it, you're done. It's still really quick, it's still really simple to do, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to support what I do, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell if you want to see notifications when I put up new videos like this one. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.